guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kenny Debbie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you guys how I move from being a quack ventilator to a pro ventilator that ventilates complete standard. If this sound is something you'll be interested in, let's go straight to the video. Welcome back. Before going to the main video, I'm going to be talking about the introduction of air ventilation for those of you that are just hearing the word air ventilation for the first time. So what is air ventilation? Air ventilation is an art of tying a strand or two strands of air into a wooden material, that is net. So when they say something is an art, that means it requires is an action, a process or an art of tying one strand or two strands of clothing materials. So that's the meaning of air ventilation. So we have the classification of air ventilation, which is the patterns of ventilation and the knotting techniques for ventilation. So when we are talking about the knotting techniques, we have the single knotting. From the name single, it means you are going to be tying the air once. Second one is the double knotting. That means you are going to be tying the air twice. We have the single split, we have the double split, we have the reverse double split. This reverse double split is something you don't want to miss. I'm going to make a video on how to do this because this thing. So we have the single knotting, the double knotting, the single split and the double split. We have the reverse double split. So let's go straight to the patterns of ventilation. We have the vertical or horizontal. So I call what do we mean by vertical? This is anything that looks straight like this is vertical. So this is the Swiss lace for our ventilation. When you look at the lace, it comes like this. So once you are holding it like this, the lines look vertical, but once you turn it like this, it is horizontal. So it is something you can call vertical or horizontal. So for the pattern, we have vertical or horizontal. So when I say something is vertical, you should know what it means. And the second one is the slant or diagonal method. We have the diagonal. When they say something is diagonal, that means the thing is slant. So anything slant is a diagonal pattern. This pattern are very essential and very crucial as a ventilator. You need to know this because it will really help in your journey for ventilation. The third one is the in-between method. When they say something is in between, for example, we have the Swiss lace. This is our Swiss lace. It goes like this. So this O, you ventilate on one line, you skip one line, you ventilate on the other one. So you skip one line. So when you are ventilating on the second line, it's going to be in between the line you leave. So that is why they call it in between. So I used to call it zigzag like this. That means when you ventilate here, you ventilate here. The second line you now ventilate in the middle. So it gives you something like a zigzag. So that is it for the. Let's go over the patterns again. We have the vertical, horizontal, and we have the diagonal or slant patterns of ventilation. We also have in between patterns. So we are going to be going into the section you need to know. In the important section, we are going to be treating how to ventilate a closure and the important things you need to know about closure. So closure has three parts. We have the base, we have the body, and we have the excess lace. So for a closure, we have the base, we have the body, and we have the excess lace. So let me bring our blueprint. So this is a perfect example of what we call a blueprint. So this is the blueprint for a 5x5 closure. You can see this is my base, that is the back of the closure. When you ventilate, you don't want your the back of the air to be looking rough or anything, so you don't want it to look scanty. So we have the base. For this I use 1 inches, but normally if it's a normal closure like 2x6 or 2x4, I normally use half inches. So this is it. You can see this is my base. For this side and this side is the body. Then we have it is like this. So we have the body and we have the excess lace. So this is my excess lace. What I normally use for my excess lace, for this place I use half inches, for the side half inches, and for the hairline, like the excess lace in the front, I normally measure it and it's always 1 inches. So let's take a look at a 6 closure. So this is a sketch for the blueprint for a 2x6 closure. So you can see this is the base. The measurement for the base is half inches. You can see the reason why you should always do this is because when you are ventilating, we have different knotting we use for it, and we have the different patterns which we are still going to talk about that in this video. You can see this is the base, that means the back, and this is the body. So this is a 2x6. This is a perfect, this is, I use this to ventilate a 2x6. So this is the blueprint, and you can see this is 2, this is the middle, this place is half, this is 1 inches 1 inches, so that makes it 2. Then this place is 6, so this is a complete closure. So this place is the body, this one is half inches, no, 1 inches 1 inches, and for the base is half inches. So you can see the excess lace here is 1 inches, for the side is, for the size is half inches. So this will serve as a guideline to cut your lace and to also ventilate. So this is very important. Why ventilate? When we are ventilating a frontal, for frontal we are going to have the body, the hairline area, because you don't want, when you are ventilating a frontal, that is a frontal, anything frontal, you want to put the hairline area, because the strand you are going to pick for the back, the body is different for what you are going to pick for the front. And why is it necessary? Because you don't want something that will look bulky and your client will later now start plucking it out. No, you want to do something natural. So you are ventilating and you pick only 2 or 3 strand at the back. When you get to the front, you start picking 2 strand or 1 strand, so that make the front look more scanty and look, and makes the hairline look more natural. So what's the essence of this blueprint? This is example of blueprint. That is, the definition of this is just a is a is a representative of everything you are going to do on your lace. So this is it, that means this is what we are working with. So it's just a representative, the measurement and everything you have to take on your lace. This now, so once I've cut this, it is easier for me to just place this on my mannequin and cut this out. You can see, so it makes your ventilation more easier. So as a ventilator or a beginner in ventilating, you need to know all these things, because they are something that makes your work more easier. So we are going to be going to the ventilation part, which is very crucial for everyone that love ventilation. Guys, we are going to be talking about the knotting techniques and the patterns you use while ventilating. Either you are working with a 5x5 closure or with a 2x6, and I have the sample of what I've done before here, so it will make our explanation more easier. So look at this ventilation. This is freshly made. This is a 5x5 closure. It is ventilated by us, and this is how it's looking like. You can see how full the airline, you can see the airline, everything is durable. See, so this is we use a Vietnamese bone straight for this hair, and all we just have to do is this. I don't put base while ventilating a 5x5, so it's just the body, and all I use is the diagonal method, using the in between method. So use the in between method, make your work more fuller, especially when you are working with a 5x5 closure or a frontal. Nothing, I use the reverse double flit, while this I use the diagonal or slant method. So when you look at this from this way, you can see it's looking diagonal. So I use the diagonal using the in between method. That is, if I ventilate on one single line like this, like when I ventilate on a slanted the second one, I'm going to be putting it in between the one I didn't. So I'll skip 1 O. This is, I use a soft swiss lace. This soft swiss lace, the holes are very tight. I skip 2 lines using the in between. So I skip 2 lines. When you look at it very well, you can see that it's giving the spacing, because the leg is very fragile. If I should leave only 1 line or 1 O, it will be too bulky. See, the hair is already full. So let's now assume I now leave only one this thing. It will be too full for my client. You can see this closure is looking natural. So that is all you need to do. Is vertical method using in between method. So for those of you that don't know how to use in between, you can register for our online course. My online course is very detailed, especially if you are a beginner, if you are also into ventilation before, and you need to know the airline, how to draft different type of airline, how to the different knotting, everything. I've done everything in this course, and just, so this is all you need to know. So let's go straight to the 2x6, which is the most popular, the most the man closure I used to do, like this season is just full of 2x6. So this is how our 2x6 look like. You can see from the camera. See, this is how our 2x6 is looking like. This is how it's looking like straight from the camera. You can see how full it's looking like. This is company standard, guys. See, so this is where the base comes in. When I say the base, you can see that this place to this place is looking more fuller. This place to this place is not scanty. So that's why I normally tell my student that one of my students reached out to me and she was complaining that her base isn't covering. The only thing that can make the base look scanty is when you don't follow the right patterns. So when I used to ventilate my base, I literally used to leave half for it, like half inches. When you look at my blueprint that I showed earlier, I use half for my for the base. And which pattern did I use? I used to use the vertical or the slant or diagonal method for the base, using in between method. It's very important, because so I'll see some ventilator, you'll be like, yes, they know how to use in between method, they know how to use the vertical pattern, they know how to do this, but they don't know the applicable time to use it. During the base, I use this. My noting techniques is the reverse double split, or if you know how to use double split. If you don't know how to use the reverse double split, then fine, you can go ahead and use double split. So you use double split or reverse double split for the base, using in between method. You know what this in between method does? It covers the former holes. It covers the former holes. That means when you ventilate here, you know you are skipping one hose. So maybe you now leave one line, so where you start the second one is under the one you don't ventilate on before, so it will cover it up. So that's what we call the in between method. So I use the in between method for my base. That make it more fuller. Then for the body, which is this side, for the body, like this side and this side, when you look at this place like this, you can see it's going this way and this way. So let me turn it like this. When you look at the ventilation, you can see that it goes like this and this. Don't make the mistake of going this way. It will not work. It will make your work look more it will not make it come out in the right direction. So you go like this and you go like this, you understand? So while you are ventilating the base, you can go like this, you can go like this, or you go like this. But when it comes to the body, you go like this and you go like this. So with this, it make your work look more flawless. And I use for the knotting type, I use double split or reverse double split. For this particular one, I use the reverse double split, which is very essential. I skip one o, ventilate on the second o, and I leave one row. Why? Because I use the regular swiss lace for this. If I'm to use this normal, the soft swiss lace, which is very tiny, I normally leave two lines. So when you look at my ventilation now, you can see how full the ventilation is, you can see how full it is. So when you are saying please teach me how do you do, these are just the things I use. And for those of you that want to know more about airlines, I have various video on that on my YouTube channel at Kenny Debbie Air. You can check it out. I'm going to put the link on this video so that you guys can check it out. Put it down in the comment section if you are liking this video. Help me to like, help me to share, this video, and I'll see you all in my next video. You can put it down in the comment section what you think I need to make video of in my next video. I hope you learn one or two things. You see your girl Kenny Debbie. Bye. I love you all. For those of you that need a ventilator to ventilate for you, we are available. You can send us a DM if you need any of our services. We are into air ventilation, air revamping, air styling, and everything you need to lace repair. So if you need any of our services, please send us a DM. And if you find this video helpful, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like or follow this page. Bye. See you in my next video. I love you. Bye.